secure data on your computer, or on your Mac specifically. I don't think this works for Windows, and I'm not sure what tools you'd need to do it in Linux, although I'm sure there will be ways to do it in Linux. This is for Mac. So scenario could be client data. You want to keep your client data very safe, or you want to keep your own personal stuff safe, or you're using stuff like Dropbox, and you're uploading files that you don't want them to see, but you want them to host. That's just an example. I'm not saying do anything shifty with it, but what I'm about to show you will enable you to create encrypted images. I think it works from any OS 10. So if you go to your utilities folder, you can go utilities. Is that here? Shift Command and A, and then we want to be looking at. You want to be looking at a disk utility. Cool. So what we're doing is we're going to create a new image. Secret stuff. Secret stuff. Yeah. So we're going to choose a 256-bit AES, which is the strongest that this will do, which is good enough for me. And we're going to create a sparse bundle. So what that'll do is one sec, slash stuff. Yeah. What that'll do is sparse will basically, if I define an amount of space, so if I say 15 gig, 15 gig, what that'll do is that will enable the capacity of 15 gig to be filled within this image. So it's kind of like an empty file that will fill out to, imagine a squashed up carrier bag, and then you know that carrier bag can fit like 5 litres or whatever. Same thing. And then we create it. It'll prompt us for a password shortly. So obviously the password, has to be secure using, all kinds of characters, uppercase, lowercase, alternative characters like asterisks, at signs, pound signs, dollar signs, ampersands, whatever. Make your password strong, or even a passphrase. Replacing I's and O's with ones and zeros, or threes with E's, and mix up a bit. I wouldn't keep it in your keychain if you're really worried. So just put a password in. Put my super secret password 1 in there, and then that'll create the image. And there we have it, super secret stuff. So it says stash stuff here, up here. So just like a normal image on OS X, you can mount it and eject it. So say for example I want to put my Metasploit exploits in there, just drop it over there, and then that's gone. And if I eject that image, then it's just this little image file here. So I could probably, I could send that anywhere in the world. It would take a very long time. It'd be very difficult to crack it. Obviously not because I've given it a shit password, but 256-bit AES encryption is a pretty decent standard, and it's out of the box with OS X. So in future I'll double click on it, it'll prompt me from a password, and I'll put my password in, and only then I'll be able to mount it. Obviously I put the wrong password in, it's going to tell me where to go. Cool. Yeah, it's just going to tell me to piss off. So when you see this squeakle map here, you can run tools from inside of these. So in this, I've got squeakle map running as well. But depending on how creative you want to get with this, one thing that you've got to consider is that if you've got data on your actual hard drive and it's unencrypted, and then you copy it to an encrypted image on your hard drive, there's still the ability to be able to recover that data from your hard drive that it was already written to. So maybe if you're given the option to download something, you can have this mounted. You can have this mounted when you log in. You could get Automator to mount it for you. Shit, I put the password in there again. There we go. So if you get this to boot at login, and when your downloads are prompting you where do you want to download these files to, you could specify it here, and it'll get written to the image. I'm not sure how true that is, but anyway, that's a secure way to create images to store data in. It's a nice way to store. If I'm doing engagements, I might want to put all my tool output in there, and it's just another layer of security. And my whole hard drive's encrypted anyway, but to have an encrypted image on an encrypted disk, it's it's pretty safe, as safe as you can get. So stash all your secret files in one of these images, and remember, don't save the password in keychain, and don't forget the password, because you'll have no chance of getting it back. Cool.